Every one of you has done amazing things to be here today. You are the most academically talented amongst your peers, and you've worked incredibly hard to arrive at the beginning of your research journey as a higher degree research student at Macquarie. I should say I am also relatively new to this. I started the role as Pro Vice Chancellor just over 12 months ago, after spending 4 years as a faculty executive dean. My commitment in this role is to ensure we deliver the best HDR programs in the sector and the very best experience for our higher degree research candidates. We have one of the largest and most innovative HDR programs in Australia, providing an excellent research grounding through our unique Masters of Research program, setting up our candidates with the knowledge and the research skills to ensure success in a PhD. I am personally really looking forward to getting to know you during your research journey and learning about your stories as you develop your research skills and capabilities and make novel and original contributions to our understanding of the world. It is really frightening to me, but it has been over 30 years since I started my PhD in Cardiff in the UK. My PhD was on reasoning and judgment. Specifically, it was on how people reason logically from arguments containing the word or. I was interested in the equivalence between negated conjunctions and disjunctions as defined by De Morgan's law in propositional logic. Now, this is the point at which people begin to switch off or change the conversation topic. But there was really good reason for the work that I did. I was testing alternative theories of how we reason, how we draw inferences, how we make deductions, how we use our cognitive system to determine what is true about the world, a human capacity that underpins scientific discovery and progress. At the time, I just thought it was a real privilege to be paid to spend my time thinking about logical puzzles. I've also done some work on choice. The tendency for us to be more dissatisfied with our choices, the more options we have available. Hence, often we'll maintain the status quo or we'll stick with a default and make no choice at all. Now, this has something to do with anticipated regret. How much we might imagine we will regret our choice as a function of the number of attractive opportunities that we have had to forego. It is sometimes easier to stick with what we have rather than take the risk of choosing a different path. You are all here because you have made that difficult choice, and this is a real credit to every one of you. But I'm not here to talk about regret. What I'd like to talk about is the opposite of regret. What I'd like to talk about is delight. I was listening to a podcast whilst walking to work a little while ago about a guy who had spent a year writing down all of the things that delighted him every day, such as when his son got the school bus for the first time at 4 years of age and observing his excitement, or waking early to see the sun rising behind a hill near his home. It is a really interesting exercise, and I would encourage you to try it. Here are a few delights from me. Good coffee in the morning. And with our beautiful new campus hub, there's lots of choice for you every morning on campus. Your dog running to greet you when you walk through the door and come home. For runners out there, finishing your first marathon, drinking a fantastic glass of wine, standing on the edge of a mountain, one of my favorites, cold watermelon on a hot summer's day. Trying durian ice cream for the first time, which might deliver delight or disgust, depending on your perspective. So, you're wondering where I'm going here, right? Well, I'd like you to think about what anticipated delights await you as a higher degree research student at Macquarie, where you will have the privilege to be dedicated to thinking about a single research question over a number of years. The delight of designing your first study, discovering something new that has never been found before. The applause after your first conference presentation and the relief you will feel that it's all over. Submitting your first paper. More importantly, having your first paper accepted. The intellectual stimulation of a productive research meeting. And the overwhelming joy of academic thought and discovery. These are some of the genuine delights in store for you over the next few years. So a very warm welcome from me to Macquarie. I have no doubt that you will enjoy your journey and revel in the experiences and the delights to come. Over the next hour, members of my team, together with representatives from the library and student services, will be providing an introduction to being an HDR candidate at Macquarie, the support we provide, the development opportunities that will be available to you, and the practicalities of being an HDR student at MQ. I really hope you enjoy the morning and your time at Macquarie University. I'll now hand over to Jen Cornish, our Academic Director for Higher Degree Research, who will be managing proceedings this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Simon. That was great. I'm trying to think what delights me, but there's too many things.